James, how are you? You'll have to forgive me for my appearance as I was all day in the hospital yesterday. From this chair to the bathroom, from the bathroom to the chair. And I feel that today I'll not be able to accompany you to Lourdes, and that we were going to walk in the footsteps of Bernadette. But the drivers will do very well for you. Here I am with my little bottle of water to see if my stomach can cope with it. Yesterday we did not have the map to show you. We're now going to look at the map to see the whole route. Is that okay? A few days ago, Bishop Don Carlos welcomed us in Logroño. And then we went to Navarre, Estella. We went through Pamplona, Ler, and then to Huesca, Jaca. We already passed the Pyrenees and customs. In Logroño, some fantastic stained glass windows, wonderful Po, and then we were going to Tarbes. You remember that I called the drivers and I said, come here, because almost all of us who were in Lourdes have got sick, because now there are not many people. Thank you from the entire sanctuary for the rosary of torches, and thank you also for the lighters, which the French have liked and have kept. That's okay. They can light even more. Some of Lourdes' history. Lourdes was a battlefield between the French and the English. Sometimes one had it, then the other, one and another, one and another. It was a disaster. Then in the 16th century it was the Huguenots against the Catholics fighting each other. And after that the castle that you can see became a prison. And through the French Revolution nothing happened, thank goodness. And it was more or less quiet. And in fact, around 1850, it was a town of about 4,000 inhabitants. It was nice and quiet. But then along came 1858. And as they say, things got messy. What happened? The Virgin Mary in the grotto of Mazabiel appeared to a girl, to Bernadette Soubirous. Bernadette had 3 other brothers and sisters. Her sister Toinette accompanied her to collect firewood, and she also went with a friend, Juana. And from there, the nature of Lourdes changed and the town grew. A lot of people came to the apparitions. Many people, many people come now. Right now, 6 million people come every year. And now there are 14,000 inhabitants. I'm going to leave you now with a testimony from Alex Garcia of a small talk he gave in San Sebastian. And then we go into Bernadette's family house and finish with the trailer of a movie that you have surely seen. And if you haven't, I advise you to see it. Well, I'm going to bed again to see if I recover. Go well. See you later. The family house, also called Molino Lazard, was the house of Bernadette's parents after the apparitions. It was a gift from Abbot Peyrameo, the parish priest. Inside you can discover the furniture, objects and photographs that belong to the Soubirous family. It is still carried by descendants of Bernadette. Inside there is the baptism dress embroidered by Bernadette, the bed where Bernadette slept near the window, and the bed where Bernadette's mother died. And Louise got married. The following year, Bernadette was born. There were 10 years of a happy life. Bernadette's family was in good economic situation. But things changed, coincided with the time of the plague in 1855. Bernadette was 10 years old, and the family was ruined, completely ruined, from having an easy life to have nothing to eat. Such was the level of destitution for the family that they were seen as dishonourable and were slandered. In March 1857, a year before the apparitions, there was a robbery in Lourdes. They stole a sack of flour. Who was the culprit? The poorest, the most miserable of Lourdes, Bernadette's father, was accused. And although the evidence showed otherwise, as it was clear that the prints were not those of the father, he spent 8 days in prison. People jumped to conclusions because Bernadette's father had been in prison. He was miserable and he was disgraced before all the people of the town. The slander. Bernadette's mother was accused of being drunk. She's not directly accused, but it was the gossip of the town. They have gone to ruin because she drank. But it wasn't true. Their misery was so great that in Lourdes there is a room that perhaps some of you know. They called it their Le Cachot, or the dungeon. It had been the dungeon, but that room was so bad, so unhealthy, that the mayor of Lourdes had taken the prisoners to another place. The prison had been left empty because it was not healthy enough for the prisoners. That place was not fit for the prisoners, but it became the only place, the only roof, the only cover that Bernadette's family had. This is the situation. A poor girl, more than poor, miserable, because she had known a better life. Ignorant, as she did not speak French. Not speaking French prevented her from making her first communion. She was 14 years old and had not yet been able to make her first communion because she was not able to complete her catechism studies. She also had to work. She worked as a shepherd. And as a shepherd, she lived better. She was in another town. She ate better. But she was drawn to her family. And shortly before the apparitions, she returned to Lourdes. She returned to worse conditions, but she was back with her family. Trailer. Various female voices. First La Salette, Détarin, Garrison, and now Lourdes. Are they enlightened? The Holy Virgin appears to a young girl in Lourdes. You know that it cannot be cured. It's already dead. Ha ha ha, I see, doctor, I see. Gentlemen, this is far more serious than we thought. At this moment there are hundreds of people in the grotto. By order of the prefect of the High Pyrenees, it is forbidden for everyone to approach the Mazabiel cave, pray, or collect water. Nothing indicates that this girl has hallucinations. And how is it that you are the only one who sees it? Having supernatural visions is not a crime. So if you are tired, say that you have not seen anything. They have arrested Bernadette. We have to free her. If you want me to believe you, start by asking that lady what her name is.
Yo soy la Inmaculada Concepción.